it's Shana Meyerson here with the Handstand Breakthrough Revolution, and I just want to say thank you for being here and tell you a little bit about why I'm here, which is why you're here, because if I weren't here, you wouldn't be here. I think you understand how that works. My guess is that you think the reason that I'm here is because I love handstands. Well, spoiler alert, I do love handstands. And those posters when you were a kid that were like, everything I needed to know about life I learned from my fill in the blank dog, from a rainbow, from whatever, a butterfly, fill in the blank for that. And for me, it's handstands. Patience, perseverance, learning to make order out of chaos, not getting freaked out when things don't go your way. All of that, but believe it or not, that's not actually why I created this specific program. You see, I've been teaching handstands for over 20 years now without creating a handstand program. So let me tell you what's different about this handstand program versus a handstand program. And that's that the Handstand Breakthrough Revolution is not simply about handstands. It's actually about handstands, mindset, and self-empowerment. This is so important because I think that so many people, the thing that holds them back from handstands is not their core. I know I always say no matter what the question, the answer is core, but it's actually not their core. It's not how strong their arms are. And a lot of times it doesn't even have to do with the technicalities of how they're approaching the handstand. For a lot of people, it is just mindset about lacking that complete and utter belief that we need in order to succeed. Now, that also doesn't really explain why I am here with this program and offering this special bundle offer for you. So here's the thing. A few years ago, I found myself in a situation I never would have imagined for myself. I found myself in a very abusive, not physically, but mentally and emotionally, deeply, deeply abusive relationship. And what happened was, because it took me way too long to extract myself from this relationship that I couldn't imagine I ever would have been in the first place, by the time I did walk away, it was like my heart and my soul had been scooped out of my body, thrown in the trash, dumped in the incinerator, burned to ashes, and flushed down the toilet. There was nothing left of me. Now, I'm all smiley now, that's weird, but that's why I'm here. If you can relate, I'm sorry you had to go through what I had to go through. And if you can't relate, let me just explain what happened. I got to the point, as I mentioned, where there was basically nothing left of me. I was a complete and utter shell. When you watch The Grinch and how it showed how his heart actually got smaller and smaller, that's what it felt like. It felt like I was dying from the inside and that I was never going to be able to pull out of this. Fast forward. Spoiler alert. I pulled out of it, but I didn't just pull out of it. If you could imagine being in the deepest, darkest hole, right? You're way down, hello, right? You're all in the hole and you just start clawing your way out. Sometimes you slip back down, you claw, slip, claw, until you get out of the hole, right? Well, here's what happened with me. I was working 24/7 on getting out of that hole, 24/7, meaning playing videos while I was sleeping. I mean 24/7. But miraculously, the work that I did was so intensive that I not only climbed to the place where I was before I got in this relationship, but it's like there was like a ladder waiting for me when I got to the top of the hole, and I just kept climbing. And one day I woke up, I looked in the mirror, and I realized that I was in the best place I had ever been in my entire life. Ever. And that I, in that moment, could actually thank God for this abusive and challenging relationship, because it pushed me to achieve things that I never would have pushed myself to achieve before. So that's a very long way of saying that's why I'm here. One of the things that helped me remember everything I needed to learn in life, I learned from handstands, was taking the absolute knowing, the invincible power, the complete faith and strength that I brought to my mat every day to master my handstand many, many years ago, and to basically replicate that system for my life. And it turns out that if I brought everything off the mat that I was bringing to the mat, amazing things were going to happen. And they did. I mean, they really did. And that's where the Handstand Breakthrough Revolution came from. It's not just a handstand program, but it's a handstand mindset and self-empowerment program that's intended not just to revolutionize your handstands, not to be redundant. There's handstands involved in this handstand program. It's a handstand program. You're going to learn a handstand in the middle of the room. But it's not just that. We are here to revolutionize literally our entire lives. So who is this for? This is for anybody who feels stuck. Now, it might be stuck in your life, and unstucking the handstand will help to unstuck your life, because we're going to be working both of these paths in conjunction. But it might also be if you feel stuck in some aspect of your life, doing the work of handstands parallel to the work of life is going to unstick you in both. You gotta take my word for it. It works. Like, you know how Tony Robbins offers firewalking? And it's people walking on fire. I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. So why does he do firewalking? Is it because, like, one day if there's a volcano in the middle of Los Angeles and my whole street is filled with lava and I need to get to Whole Foods to get my oat milk and I don't have shoes, I need that extremely practical skill of firewalking to be able to get my oat milk? Answer, no. That is not why you firewalk. Excuse me. You firewalk so that you can learn mind over matter, that you can accomplish any goals that you believe you can accomplish. And it's exactly the same with handstand. You don't have to be like a crazy athlete to do this. You just have to have the absolute conviction that anything you set your mind to do, you can do. But here's the good news. Let's say you lack that conviction. The program was designed to give you that. So just like I pulled myself out of this hole. We all have holes, no matter how wonderful your life is. And I hope you have the most wonderful life on earth. I hope you have the most beautiful, loving relationship. I hope you have the most fulfilling career and you have millions and billions of dollars in your bank. And by the way, the greatest wealth of all, of course, your health. I hope you have all those things, but we all have areas in our lives that we can improve on and make our lives that much better. That is the goal. That is the goal of this program, is to work handstands, to work life goals, and to achieve them both so that you can optimize every moment that you live in this great earth. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what is included in the Handstand Breakthrough Revolution. Now, first I want to talk about like the whole program, okay? So in the whole program, first, there's 15 hours of exclusive content, okay? So this 15 hours is broken down into 8 weeks of content. So each week you're delivered one course, okay? A course is usually between between 1.5 to 2 hours. And you don't have to watch the whole thing at once. You can watch it at your own pace. And this is 15 hours of handstand plus life coaching together, okay? So it's how to master your handstands in a super like step-by-step progression, and also how to work or how to create and work on your life goals. Now, here's the thing. This content is delivered over the course of 8 weeks. Okay, so it's got 8 segments. However, it really is a self-paced program. A lot of people get through it in 8 weeks. Most people get through it in 8 weeks. But some people, because life might take 9 weeks or 3 months or a year, and it's irrelevant because the recordings are yours to keep. So let's say you're on week 3 and things are starting to get a little intensive. Maybe you decide to stay on that week's lessons for a few weeks until you master it. Because in fact, the way that the courses are set up, it's this really easy to follow step-by-step progression. So each week is going to build on the week before. So what does that mean? It means that I am going to give you drills every week, okay, and exercises to make sure that you stay on track. So you know exactly what to work on that week. Because the nature of a step-by-step progression is that each week I'm going to ask that you master X, Y, and Z skill before moving on to the next week's content, right? It's like, okay, you don't want to see me in the kitchen. I'm really bad, but I'm going to give an analogy. If I said bake a cake and you try to frost that cake before you even bake the cake, I was going to say cook the cake. That's how bad I am in the kitchen. But then the word bake came to me. I'm like, yes, bake. Then it's not going to work out, right? You can't frost a cake before it's baked. Or even when it's half baked. You're going to wind up with like gooey, cakey, weird, gooey frosting blobs, right? So that's why we want to make sure, because cake, that you do each week the very, very specific drills that I will lay out for you so you know exactly what you need to be working on to accomplish your final goal of handstanding in the middle of the room. Now again, along with and in conjunction with this handstand tutorial is the HBR mindset and personal growth system that is all about defining goals, defining a pathway to achieving them, and then creating the map that's going to get you there. Okay? Now, when you do the full HBR program, you also get 30 Yoga Alliance CEUs. If you happen to be in Yoga Alliance, that's enough CEUs, continuing education units, to take you for like a full 3-year cycle. So that's pretty cool. And also you will get a full year of my Vimeo Premium on demand channel, which has hundreds of classes, of master classes, of workshops, of Q&A, and also of classes that have student models, so you could see sort of a more realistic version of what a class might look like. Okay, so you get all of these things, plus you get to have membership in my private Facebook group. And the cool thing about the Facebook group, actually there's a couple cool things about the Facebook group, is that you get unlimited support from me. So you can post videos and I go through every single video and give specific feedback, like look at, and I'll give you the timestamp and see how your hips are doing X, Y, and Z. This is what you should be doing to fix that, for example. Also, it's a community. So you'll get to meet other people who are also working on their handstands and who also work together to give each other feedback to help make sure that everybody reaches his or her handstand goals. Now, with the full program, like my full HBR program, you also get unlimited coaching calls with me. That means like Zoom calls where we go over your handstands, you ask questions, I give you one-on-one feedback, plus the life coaching aspect where we talk about your goals and how to achieve them. Now, when I say unlimited, this is until you reach your handstand goal, and that means once you get 8 seconds consistently balancing in the middle of the room, okay? And that might not sound like a lot, but right now, go ahead and time yourself with a clock, because here's the funny thing. When people say, oh, I could hold it for like 10 seconds, and then they actually have a ticking clock or videotape themselves, it's actually like 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 on a good day. So we're gonna get you balancing consistently in the middle of the room. And so there's actually the guarantee. The guarantee is that, well, A, you have the recordings anyway, but B, in the full program, you have access to me on Zoom. You have access to me on Facebook with the feedback in the private group until you nail your handstand. So it's totally up to you, right? When you vest yourself in the program is going to vest itself in you. I've had people who have come out of the program by week 8 who are holding handstand for 30, 45 seconds or more. And in fact, on my Vimeo channel that you're gonna get for free for a year, included in my workshops and master classes are my how to hold a handstand for more than a minute video, and also my most popular video, which is how to press from firefly to handstand. Now, in order to press from firefly to handstand, you first have to be able to do a handstand. Remember the cake baking thing? That. Okay, so that being said, what I'm offering right now is this super special offer. These are sort of starter bundles to get you going in the program, to get you on your hands and handstanding for like a tiny fraction of the price. So here's what we've got. The first thing is my handy bundle, okay? The handy bundle is literally right now 94% off the price of the whole HBR program. 94% off. And on top of that, I am offering this bundle at 26% off the normal price plus an excellent bonus. So let me tell you what's in the handy bundle. So going back to everything that was included in the full program, you're going to get the 15 hours of instruction delivered to your inbox for 8 weeks. You get to keep that forever. You will get the easy to follow step-by-step progression, as well as the weekly drills and exercises to keep you on track. You'll get full access to the HBR Mindset and Personal Growth System and 15 YOGAthletic Yoga Alliance CEUs if you want them, plus 2 months of my premium Vimeo channel. That is a bonus. And here's the extra special bonus. I am going to be throwing in a one-on-one call with me sometime after week 4, totally up to you, where we will get on together and I will see where you are. You could ask any questions and we will get you on that path to handstands even faster. That's my handy bundle. The second bundle, which is sort of the middle tier, is my Handy on Facebook bundle. Now, Handy on Facebook is 84% discount over full HBR program. And I'm also offering it right now during this promotion for 33% off the normal Handy on Facebook rate, okay? What is in Handy on Facebook? Everything that's in the handy bundle. I don't think you want to hear me say that again, so rewind if you need to. Rewind. And you will also get the exclusive access to my private Facebook group, which means that you will have access not just to the community, but you will be able to post videos of where you are in your process, and you will get, within the day, usually within an hour or two, direct feedback from me on what you should be doing in order to get from where you are to where you want to be. You will, instead of getting 2 months of my premium Vimeo channel, you will get 6 months. And you will receive 20 Yoga Alliance CEUs should you want them. And again, just as an exclusive bonus during this promotion period, you will be getting that free one-on-one coaching call with me, where we will go over your handstands and I will give you the personal feedback that you need to get past any stumbling blocks that you happen to be running into. Now remember, when you buy the full program, my full HBR, you have unlimited of those calls, like forever until you reach your goal. On these specials though, normally you would not get the call within these bundles. You will each get a call thrown in at no extra cost. Okay, that's what I've got for you. I hope you're as excited about this as I am. This is all about not just standing on your hands, but standing on your own 2 feet. We are here not just to revolutionize your handstand, but I am here to help you walk through the complete revolution of your life. Comment below or DM me. Let's talk. I want to get you into this program and onto your hands. Namaste.